All right.
Good morning, everybody. We are live. Wait, I wanted to say, what's that? Oh, wait, how's it?
How's what?
How's, how's the Saturday Night Live say? Live from New
Yeah.
York. It's Coffee Chat Live with the MB Town and Jeffrey Scott Stanton. Why did I forget that?
I don't know.
I've got my coffee.
And I got mine.
I am here with Jeffrey Scott Stanton here at the Douglas Elliman Real Estate Office on Park Avenue.
Yep.
Is it on Park Avenue?
Madison.
Madison
So
Avenue.
You're at the corporate office.
I was
here.
walking down Park, got here to Madison, and I was proud of myself because I figured out the subway by myself. I know it's not that hard, but someone from Montana, I'm like, on my Google Maps. How are you today, sir?
Good. How are you? My camera's all
Good.
blurry, so let me fix this. One.
I like your little phone. That's kind of cool. He's got like one of these little flip phone things, and that's kind of cool for like watching stuff.
It is. You actually can flip it around the other way,
What?
and this other screen here.
What kind
you
of
watch
phone
it
is
there.
that?
Samsung.
That's cool. All right, so let's get started. Shall we? So I am here today to talk to Jeffrey Scott Stanton because I'm here
She asked
in New
me
York,
in New York,
and why not?
We were at the NAR conference.
Yes,
in
Boston.
Boston,
Boston
um,
Harbor.
over last week. So she was gonna be down here. Do coffee shops. I said, yeah, might as well.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah,
I'm here. We're here.
I'm here visiting my daughter who lives here. She lives in Brooklyn, Williamsburg. So why don't you introduce yourself to those folks that may not know who you are? Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Jeffrey Stanton. Currently, I'm the executive vice president of learning development for Douglas Elliman Real Estate. We're the fifth largest real estate company in the United States.
Wow.
Either fifth or sixth.
Okay.
I handle the learning development for 7,000 agents across 8 regions. New York City being its largest region.
Wow.
I've been in real estate. God.
Four scores
30 years, 25 years, 30 years. Yeah, probably 30 years at this point. I've been with Elliman, yes, 25, 30 years. I've been with Elliman for the past 7 or 8 years. Before joining Elliman, I was a travel trainer. I traveled around and did the seminars and had my own coaching and training company and that type of thing.
Nice.
And then I got recruited here about 7 or 8 years ago.
I was going to ask, how did you? Because Douglas Elliman is a well-known real estate company, obviously because of shows like $1 Million Listing and things like that. So how did that happen? How did you get into that role? How were you like scooped up?
So a recruiter contacted me through LinkedIn.
Oh,
that's what I tell people all the time. Always have your LinkedIn, even as a real estate agent, have your LinkedIn profile, up there.
Okay.
Because if your client is a business person, they're checking you on there before they're checking Facebook, before they're checking Instagram. That's where they're looking. That's your resume. So I went there. I contacted me. There was a recruiter contacted me on Instagram, not Instagram, on LinkedIn, and said, "Oh, there's a luxury boutique firm in New York City that's looking for a education director." And I'm like, "Who?" Like, "Oh, we can't tell you. Not over email, not on the messaging." So I get phone calls like this all the time. So I said, "I'll give you 2 minutes on the phone with me. Who's the company?" And get on the phone. The guy's telling me the pitch. Who's the company? Who's the company? Who's the company? And he says, "Douglas Elliman Real Estate." I said, "Well, you don't know how to pitch that company because they're not a boutique luxury.
No,
they're a luxury firm, but I wouldn't consider us boutique."
No.
I said, "I'm a New Yorker, born and raised." So to me, is that weirdness of like, I'm a New Yorker, and if I'm going to stay in New York, this is the company I want to work for because this is since 1911. That's Douglas Elliman. If you're a New Yorker, you know Douglas Elliman.
Yeah.
Now, fortunately enough, with all the TV shows and everything else, you know Elliman from pretty much everywhere at this point.
Right. So how many agents are with Douglas Elliman?
About 6,800.
Yep. Okay. So what does it take to be a Douglas Elliman agent? Because it's kind of like when you hear the words Douglas Elliman, you think like that's like the top of the top, right? Like.
So it is. It's a really good question. A lot of our agents, a lot of our New York City agents, good majority of them actually came from legal backgrounds. Like we have a lot of our top producers used to be attorneys.
Really?
Yep. These are attorneys, have their JDs. and they were doing like real estate stuff, and then realized I'm gonna switch over to the real estate aspect.
Interesting.
We have a lot of people with advanced degrees.
So very smart people,
And so,
you would say.
it's just echoing.
What is that noise?
I think it's an echo.
He's got his phone on. It's going beep, beep, beep.
I think we're getting the echo between the two, so I'm gonna stick this over to the side. You can see us on the other one. So
Yeah, you can see it there.
So what does it take? That's really good
I know.
question.
I asked the good questions. I'm like a Barbara Walters.
So what it takes is a willingness to contribute.
Okay.
We're not the kind of company that everybody does their own thing. Well, you can do your own thing, but we're very Peter Hernandez, who's president of Western Region, calls it leaning in. Like we're the company. If you lean into the company, you'll be successful at the company.
Okay.
So the people who lean in are successful, and the people who really treat it like a business are those the people that we're looking for.
Right. Right. So Douglas Elliman though is mostly luxury, right? Luxury real estate. Like,
And that's
obviously we don't have one in Montana.
Yeah.
Could there ever be one in Montana?
so. And this is what it is. People say it's luxury. So luxury is open to interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
To me, luxury is having a terrace in my apartment. To somebody else, luxury is having that walk-in closet.
Yeah.
So luxury isn't a price point to us.
Okay.
It's what's luxury for you. Luxury might be having that built-in swimming pool, having that water view. So would everyone want Montana? You don't know,
Yeah.
because it's our always motto for a long time was we are our clients are. So the areas we're in where hey they're natural feeder markets like New York to Florida, California to Texas, Texas to Nevada, every place, all our markets to Colorado.
Oh, you have one in
Yeah,
Colorado?
we have Colorado. We have
Like in
Aspen,
Vail?
Snowmass.
Oh.
Aspen, Snowmass, I think Vail also.
Okay. Okay.
But it is, we are where our clients are. So it's, would there ever be one? I would say, why wouldn't there be one? Is probably a better question.
Yeah.
It's again, it's not necessarily price point.
Right.
I believe we now have a new development that's in downtown Detroit.
Really?
Yeah, because one of the developers building there, and we're repping them for that.
Okay.
And so a lot of the areas that we go into are developers that we deal with decide to build there and say, hey, we want you to rep us in that area because you also rep us in California and New York and in Florida and every other place.
Right. Okay.
So
So like possibly like when I was thinking Montana, I'm thinking like Big Sky. Yeah, like those higher end, maybe Bozeman.
Bozeman,
I could see one being in Bozeman.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there hasn't been one. Is it like what does it take to open a franchise?
Well, we're not a franchise.
Okay.
So so this thing, we're not franchised.
Okay.
We're all the same company.
Okay.
We're a publicly traded company.
Okay.
Doug is our stock ticker.
Mhm.
So Doug Inc., which is the parent company, owns us. New Valley Ventures, which is a prop tech investment fund.
Okay.
And somebody else I can't think of this.
Okay.
So, but we're not franchised. So right now we're in the corporate offices for the entire country.
Yeah.
So this is where our CEO sits, our CFO, everybody sits here.
Okay.
We are the same across the country. So it's not like, oh, Florida, it's a different region,
Right.
but we're still the same company. California, different region. We don't franchise, we're not a franchise model.
Got it. Okay.
Which is a good thing because it allows us to control more of that corporate culture.
Yeah.
Because now it is with this company that came over or a group or team that comes over, are they going to fit into us or do they just want the name?
Okay.
There's a lot of people call us just, I want to be Douglas Elliman. And but
Mm-hmm.
you don't really fit into our corporate culture.
Right.
Or you don't fit into not even the corporate culture, you don't fit the corporate culture, you don't fit into a price point. And it's not even that it has to be a high price point, it just has to be the high price point for your area.
Got it.
Because then that's what luxury would be.
Yeah.
Is that higher price point for the area.
Right.
Luxury doesn't have to be, a $19 million penthouse,
Yeah.
$19 million apartment in New York City.
Yeah.
It can be,
$1 million cabin.
$1 million
the
cabin in the mountains. It could be, a $550,000 house. Some of the markets in like Long Island, it's the average house. So it's not that we're only dealing at ultra high end, but that's what we're known for.
Okay.
That's what we're known for.
Interesting. I'm glad I asked that question because I was always kind of curious, like how, so you're not a franchise. That makes total sense. So if someone wanted to be a Douglas Elliman agent in their area, what would their next step be?
Well, if you're in one of the areas that we're currently in, you can reach out to me because I can refer to the manager who's that area or the regionalist for that area. But if you're in an area that we're not, again, reach out to me. So we have a new chairman, Michael. He's chairman and CEO for Doug Inc.
Mhm.
They were just down at the Real Deal last week while we were in. They were the Real Deal in Miami while we were in
Awesome.
Boston. And we have a person now who's in charge of mergers and acquisitions
Okay.
because our new chairman, that's where they're going to go. It's going to go, where else should we be? Who can we merge with? Who can we acquire? So we are actively looking.
Yeah.
Per him, they were actually, be careful, actively looking to do those partnerships and do those acquisitions
Okay.
and do that. So again, if you're interested, reach out to me. I can put you in the right,
Get you the right people.
get you the right people. They're all sitting on this floor. As you'll see
My
people,
talk to
as
you.
you see people going to walk by in their bellies, who's that? Because they're going to want to think you're one of our agents.
Oh.
Like, oh, who is she? I don't know who she is. Because most, even though we're on the executive floor, it's an open door policy. Like you'll see agents walk past.
Oh, okay.
They walk in, open my door while I'm in the middle of a Zoom. You know, we have an open. We are the biggest mom and pop shop you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing where it's like a lot of times when you're dealing with a very large publicly traded company, you can never get to the CEO. You can never get to the VP. You can never get to ops. There's agents. So we're at 575 Madison Avenue. We have the third floor, fourth floor, which is this.
Mm-hmm.
We also have the fifth and sixth floor.
Okay.
So out of this building, we probably have 2,000 agents.
Oh, so there's actually agents working
Yeah,
right
agents
now.
on the other side of this floor, and then a floor below us and 2 floors above us.
Okay.
They walk down here all the time.
Interesting. Yeah, because when I walked in, I thought I was going to be accosted by security.
No.
Where are you going? Who are you talking
Nope.
to?
They said, "Joe, come on,
Give me a security clearance." And they're like, "No, here it is. There's his office." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
But you need like a sign when you're going live, right? So like people like a blinking sign.
I do. I need one of those. So we actually have up on the 5th floor. We actually have a podcast room, a full entire room that's set up for podcasts, professional cameras, professional
Really?
mics. Yeah, all the sound deadening around you.
Wow.
So in there we have the whole, live aspect. Built it out for the agents because we noticed the agents started during the pandemic. We're doing more and more videos, and they were good, but not as professional as they could be.
Sure.
So now they have a space to be more professional if they want to. Well, they also can hire like outside person to come in and produce it for them because it's set up full. All you have to do is pop a laptop in, all the cameras, everything's set up, mics, it's all set up for them already.
That's cool that you have that option. You guys, speaking of podcasts, Douglas Elliman has a podcast.
Yeah, so we do daily. I say daily because I'm on them daily. A new one, it's Monday through Friday. So the only day we don't put out there is Thursday because that's specifically for California. That's our Broker Brilliance. So on Monday, we have what's called the Monday Morning Mojo with Peter Hernandez. He's the president of our Western region. Tuesday is the Masters Lab with Dave Worth. He's one of our executives out from California. He's also a real estate coach. Wednesday is DE Constructed, which is mine.
Yeah, I've listened to that one.
Where we deconstruct different real estate topics. And that could be anything from ask us anything type of podcast to we have a topic.
Yeah.
A lot of times we pick that topic based upon a role play call we have directly before that. Thursdays again is we don't put out in public, and then Friday is the Friday Morning Drive with Peter Hernandez.
Mm-hmm.
So these all started with a company called Telus Properties that we acquired like 6 years ago.
Okay.
And they were very large, 800 agents at the time in California, and their footprint was from Carmel to Coronado, which is a huge footprint in California.
Yeah.
So Peter started it with the Friday Morning Drive. He would get on the phone every Friday morning on a conference call with all the agents while he drove to the office.
Oh, okay.
So he did it as the Friday Morning Drive just to get everybody, hey, this is what's going on. So since they joined Elliman, we wanted to expanding it. It's probably thousands of hours of stuff up there. And a lot of our stuff, like people say, oh, you give out the secret sauce.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
Yeah.
To a certain extent because I tell them, I could give you my listing presentation. I could hand you my black book. But the chance of you ever actually doing it is going to be slim to none.
Absolutely.
The chance of you being trained enough to use it, because we train on our stuff constantly. So people are like, well, why do you put it out there? They're going to take your listing presentation. Let them try. Go ahead.
Everybody's going to do it different.
Go ahead, take it.
Yeah.
It's weird because we're very put it out there to the universe.
Yeah.
Um,
And why not?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think like I don't think that to be secretive about.
Right.
Like you hear my listening presentation, you want to take a part of my listening, take a piece of it.
Yeah.
No, I don't care.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's the same. Like, so I teach social media to other agents, and they're like, "Why are you telling us everything you do?" I'm like, "Why not? Like, you're not going to do it exactly the way I do it, right?" Because there's J-Man just said
Complaining about
something.
echoing.
Echo? Oh, it's probably
All right,
your
I'm gonna jump off my live. Hold on.
echo.
I'm gonna leave my live so we don't hear that.
Is that better?
Jimmy, let us know if that's better.
Oh, he's on 2 phones at once.
Yeah, that was smart. I just jumped up there. So we'll stay on yours, and I'll just want sharing. I'll share yours.
Johnny from Billing says, "Good morning."
Good morning.
He's a newer agent. He's also a friend. Yeah, so what we're talking about. Yeah, so like so social media stuff, right? Like I see other agents doing kind of what I do, but they're not doing it the same, and that's okay. Everybody's gonna have their own little spin on it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're gonna put, and that's what I love about real estate. So real estate is, a lot of people say real estate is lonely. I don't think it is. But I think if you surround yourself with people
Yes.
that you can, I think real estate is lonely when you want to make it lonely.
Exactly.
When you want to be that, when you want to be that individual agent, you don't go to your office, you don't go to your sales meetings, you don't go to the webinars, or it can be a very lonely thing.
Mm-hmm.
What's great about Elliman is that our agents are very open to helping other agents.
Yeah.
And so we have a weird thing here that happens no place else besides New York City, where we'll have agents go on a listing presentation and they'll say, "Hey, I'm interviewing 3 Elliman agents. Like, I know I'm going to do business with Douglas Elliman. I'm interviewing 3 of you. I just need to pick which one of you 3 I'm using."
Right.
That doesn't really happen anyplace else.
Right.
It's because we may be the property manager in that building, or they just know us because we're Douglas Elliman.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to think about how you always can do comparing, like, this is my value, this is my company's value proposition over another company's value proposition.
Right.
XYZ versus Element, really easy to do. That's why we do it all day long. Hey, we have an international presence. You go through the whole thing. But now it's, you both have the same company. Now it totally is what's each individual's agent's X factor.
Yeah.
What's their unique selling proposition? Because it's the same company now.
Right.
So, which is a weird aspect.
Yeah.
Especially in New York City, because well, I've said before, I'm interviewing 3 of them. It's like, that's got to be tough, because you should never say anything bad about another agent.
Right.
But it's like, why we like, I always tell them, like, what you should do is just co-list it between 3 of you. Like that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why not?
It's just, New York is a totally unique place.
It is.
When it comes to real estate,
Yes.
compared to any other place
Yes.
in the world.
Totally. Yeah. I kind of learned a little bit about that when my daughter was trying to find a place here.
Things are done a little bit differently
Yeah.
in New York than they are done, and it's weird because we have things like co-ops,
Yeah.
which
Right.
most areas don't have.
Mm-hmm.
We have things like condops, which are condos and co-ops in one building.
Oh, geez.
We have other ones which are we have a lot of hotel and residence.
Yeah.
Which is a cool thing because you buy in the hotel
Right.
and you get the hotel amenities, but you live in the hotel.
Yeah, which would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I would live in a hotel in a split second. I can just drop my laundry off on the way down.
Yeah.
Go to some room service. I think that'd be great.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
And you got a gym in there, and yeah, that would be the way to go for sure. So you recently, and was it you individually, or was it the company that won for best education?
Yeah. So we won 2 years in a row. Let me put that on silent. 2 years in a row, we won the top 10 learning development teams.
Okay.
Across all industries.
That's awesome.
By OnCon, their conference, and it really is. It's industry voting and public voting.
Okay.
And what I like about it is they only will take a certain amount of votes from each company.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if you vote for me, it's fine because you don't have an Elliman email address.
Right.
But they only will take so many with the company email address. You can't even.
So
you can't rig it.
Well,
so
makes it fair.
Yeah. So I can't say, oh, you have 40,000 agents. You just made 40,000 agents vote for you. That's why you won.
Right.
So they only take a certain number of agents, a certain number of votes from in-house, and then they literally put it up to other people in the industry and across all industries.
Nice.
So that was 2 years in a row. Last year I won tops. That means I came in first across all industries, learning and development leader.
Okay.
Yeah, we do a lot of training.
Yeah, you guys do. It's like every day, right?
Yeah,
That you're
so
doing something.
we do, and it was a small team. It's myself, Kathleen Beatty, who's our training manager now, and Jeremiah J-Man Monero, who's our national trainer. So it was, what's up, J-Man? It was the three of us doing it, and now we actually just took over, what I'm saying, the IT training department that did technology training are now part of my department. So I just added 2 new people.
Nice.
So we run training 4 to 5 days a week.
Wow.
3 to 5 sessions a day.
Dang.
Yeah, most of them are done via Zoom.
Okay.
We do a lot, and it ranges everything from social media to business planning to listing presentations. The one I was on right before we started is we do so we do, and this is great. If anyone's a broker out there, this is a really easy way to start training for your agents. Is every single morning we do a role play call, Monday through Friday. It's 11:30 a.m. East Coast time, 8:30 a.m. California time, where we'll have anywhere from 50, on the low end, 30 to maybe 100 agents will jump on. And it's myself, J-Man, Peter Hernandez, and a couple of the other managers. It's like, what are you working on? What can we help you with?
Right.
What objections are you getting? And we literally will role play it out for the agents. And it's a real simple way as a brokerage where we get interaction with the agents. We know what's going on, but it's a great way of helping the agents. So even if you had a shop of 20 people, you could do that 2 days a week and do, Tuesdays and Thursdays where you're doing, we'll do a half hour. It's only half hour long, and it's right before our podcast.
And I think that a lot of agents cringe at the word role play.
Yeah, it's so we don't force anyone to role play anything.
Right.
The only day where we do is we call it Fearless Fridays.
What is it? Fearless
Fridays.
Okay.
So on Friday, everybody camera has to be on.
Yeah.
If your camera's not on, you get booted to the waiting room.
Booted out of there.
It's the only day we call it's my house, my rules. So camera has to be on, and we can choose anybody to role play anything.
Okay.
So we'll pick a topic, and then this person, that person, you role play it, and then you literally get coached by myself and the other people.
See, that gives me anxiety.
That's usually the day we have the least amount of people on there because they all
they're like, nope, not doing it today.
They're like, no.
So what would you say to somebody who has fear of role playing? Like what advice would you give them? Just do it. Just freaking do the thing. Rip off the band-aid and get it done.
You have fear of role playing, but do you have fear of sitting in front of a seller?
Right, because it's the same thing. Yeah, right.
And the way we look at it, the role play is the practice that leads up to the listing presentation, the buyer consultation. And that's where you want to mess up. But I think a lot of agents are more afraid of messing up to their, not even like using the word mess up, their peers.
Yes.
It's like, I don't want to look foolish in front of my peers.
Yeah.
People tell them, listen, I'll say stupid things.
Yeah.
Like, you'll make fun of me before you're going to make fun of yourself. And ultimately, and that's why we do Fearless Fridays.
Yeah. So
the rest of the week, we tell them all the time, you don't have to participate. You can just sit and listen. You can do whatever you want. But on Friday, if you're on there, there's a good chance. And that usually is, we'll see a person on there maybe like a month, and all of a sudden they're never on there on a Friday. And all of a sudden, Friday they jump on. It's like, man, why all of a sudden? Because now they're ready and they want someone to say,
call on them.
Yeah, call on them.
Yeah.
And this, they always look at it. People don't like role plays. They don't like scripts. That's the other thing.
I hate scripts.
Listen,
yeah.
To me, it's not a script. It's a dialogue.
Right.
Give me a dialogue that I give. A script is I'm this.
Yeah.
So give me the bullet points that I can put into my own words, and now that's a dialogue.
Right.
You say you hate scripts.
I know. I'm in theater.
And this is. I tell all the time. The agents say, "Oh, I hate scripts. I hate scripts. I hate scripts." But why do you hate scripts? Because think about it. If you took Russell Crowe, just off the top of my head, any actor, and you handed him the real estate script.
Yeah.
And you had to go up against him at a listing presentation.
He'd probably beat me with his nice little accent.
Absolutely. we would lose.
Yeah.
Because they rehearse.
Right.
Till you believe that it's really them.
Yeah.
So to me, that's what that script is.
That
script is you memorize it.
Yeah.
Then you internalize it. Then you make it your own.
Yeah.
So once you know the script word for word, you can make it your own. And we do on the role plays all the time. Jeff, what did you just say? I'm like, I have no idea what I just said because it comes out naturally. It's part of the script I learned at one point.
Yeah. And
now it just becomes part of my dialogue. That's what we have to record around with the transcript. I'll send you the transcript because I don't remember what I said there. I don't get agents who don't practice. Like to me, that doesn't make sense. To
Yeah,
me.
that's true. I think for me anyway, I can say it, like when I hear the word script, I think the words fake, not authentic, but you're right. I mean, it's just something that you're internalizing and practicing. So then you're not like, don't know what to say when you are sitting in front of that potential seller or buyer, right?
Yeah, and the problem with most scripts is I give you a script,
Hmm.
the other side doesn't know what they're supposed to say.
Yeah,
Like they
that's
don't have
true.
that script.
That's true.
But if you know it well enough where it becomes part of your dialogue, part of just you, but you
Yeah.
internalize it, now you can bring it out there. It makes it easier because you're not doing that and trying to think
Yeah.
of what to say next.
Right? Like, oh shoot, what do I
It's
say
like
next?
what to say about
Yeah,
marketing.
yeah.
It's like someone the other day had said on one of our role plays, and we put him on the spot to role play, and he goes, "Oh, and I have a 27-point marketing checklist." And we said after the fact, we just, "Hey, you want to take some coaching?" It's like I would never tell anyone to have a 27-point marketing checklist. I have a 27-point marketing plan for your property, not marketing checklist. I don't want your property to be a checklist.
Yeah.
Tell me what this 27-point marketing plan is, and that's
Right.
great.
Right.
Not a checklist.
That's all the words you use.
Yeah, and for me, my background is linguistics.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So it literally is, hey, let's just take that word
Yeah.
and switch it to make it something else, and it's going to come across better.
Yeah.
But again, it was he didn't know the dialogue. He didn't have it internalized enough to put it out there to become his own words.
Right.
It was just, I'm still going by a script, and you can tell when someone's on a script.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they sound like a robot.
Especially like you get telemarketers and they call you.
Oh god.
It's like, dude, come on, just stop reading from the script. Just stop reading. Just stop.
Especially when you're telling them no, and then they just keep talking. You're not listening to me. Like
It's like, please just stop.
you're not hearing what I'm saying.
Just no. Just don't do that.
So what would you say?
Is your computer not plugged in?
Oh shoot! Hold on, I gotta plug my computer in. Hold on a second. You riff.
I don't know what I'm ripping up.
I knew I was
Billy
forgetting.
forgot to plug her computer in.
I did. I had it ready. See, look, it's just not plugged into an outlet. Is there an outlet nearby?
Is that where your bag is?
No.
No.
You have. Oh, here. Yeah, let's do this.
Yep. So Billy just went across the room. That's Al, by the way. If anybody's looking behind here, that's Al. That's my that was a custom done painting.
Oh, jeez. Look.
You breaking stuff over there?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nikki's she's gonna have to pay for the whole entire office by the time she's done here.
Yeah, I'm gonna
just knocking stuff over.
Totally.
So I'm taking over her coffee chat. Let's see what everybody's saying here.
Okay, we're good.
That J-Man guy must be something special. That was J-Man.
I know. Yeah, he said that. Nobody else. And yeah, I probably won't even be able to read my own handwriting. I haven't even asked you any questions off this yet.
Good.
Isn't that amazing? What would you say makes a successful agent in real estate? Like one word.
What makes? I'll tell you the one distinguishing characteristic between an ultra successful producer and an okay producer.
Mm-hmm.
Speed of implementation.
Oh.
I learn something, I go and do it.
Okay.
There's a new marketing. Oop, I'm going to go and do it. The average salesperson, what they do is, oh, I got to research it more. Oh, I have to put this in place. Oh, I have to put that in place. So they try to get everything in place.
Overanalyze everything.
Correct.
Yep.
Instead of just go out there and do it.
Yep.
And there's this thing, there's never the right time to do anything.
Right.
There's never say, oh, this is the right time perfectly. But what I've noticed is that top producers act as if it is the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not really a great time to start new marketing. Oh, no, it is. Let's do it. And then they just go ahead and do it. So I think it is the speed of implementation. I learned something. I'm going to do something. It's this new CRM. It's this postcard, whatever it is. And they just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And they act as if it is the best time.
Yeah.
Because you'll come up with 90,000 reasons why you shouldn't do it now.
Exactly.
And it's almost like that self-sabotage.
Yeah. Oh, I do that all the time.
I think we all do to a certain extent.
Yeah.
We all do to a certain extent.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to rip off. And I love this thing. Somebody had said this. If you're not failing, you're not growing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I love that. I'm like, oh, that kind of makes failing a little less hurtful.
In NLP, we believe there's no such thing as failure. There's only feedback. I mean, you can't fail
like that.
as long as you learned from what you didn't get.
Right.
Because then it's not a failure; it's a learning
It's a
experience.
learning experience. Yeah.
And it makes it a totally different thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not afraid to fail at anything. Like I've taken some risky things in my life, but I've learned, even if I haven't been successful, I've learned from it, and then I was successful the next time.
Yeah.
Most people fail the first time, and that's I don't think I can't do that.
And then
Like-
they just give up.
Like we tell agents all the time, I'm not good at cold. They'll say I'm not good at cold calling. I'm not good at door knocking, and I say no. I'm gonna change your words. Say I choose not to be good at cold calling.
Yes. Yeah.
I choose not
I
to
choose
be
not
good
to
at
do it.
like, well, that doesn't feel right. It is because it's a learned skill.
Right.
Like everything in real estate is a learned skill. Even being that dialogue, that people person, that's learned also.
Hmm.
So there's nothing here that's the person. Oh, that person's was born a real estate agent. Some people that say are born salespeople, but I think they just have the gift of gab
Yeah.
and what makes. But you can learn that.
Hmm.
So to say, oh, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that, change it to I choose not to be good at this, I choose not to be good at that, and it's a totally different. It
Yeah.
hits you differently.
And then you're like, oh wait,
You
I'm
know,
not
it's-
choosing
yeah,
that.
Yeah, so I choose to do it. It's totally differently.
Oh, we've got a question from Johnny. He's a newer agent. I think he's been in there like a year now. How do you feel about cold calling? Is it a worthwhile process?
Yes,
There you go.
It-
Question answered.
it is. It depends what you're saying. It depends why you're cold calling.
Yeah.
You know, that's like saying, is door knocking worth it? Is sending out postcards worth it?
Hmm.
What are you looking to get from it? So to me, for door knocking is you might not get the listing, but you may make a contact. So I always look at that if you're door knocking or you're cold calling, what's the little win? The big win is, hey, they invite me over to do a listing presentation. They invite me,
Yeah.
you know. But what's the little win? Is it maybe adding the person to your database? Is it having a good conversation with the person so next time you call, they don't hang up?
Hmm.
I think we all look at that big win and think that's the ultimate goal. And if I dialed 15 people, but no one said yes to me, well, did you ask for anything besides
Yeah.
the listing appointment?
Right.
Did you ask, hey, do you mind if I send you some updates on the area? Hey, I know you're not interested in selling your property now, but the property down the street just sold. Are you interested in, write this one down, are you interested in how the sale of that home may have affected the value of your home?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean? Yeah, the sale of the home down the street can affect the value of yours. Really? I didn't know that. Oh, can I do a quick report for you? Send it. Like, there's other small things. You can get that smaller win.
Right.
And if you have enough of those small wins, they lead up to that
They
big
do.
win.
They start to add
Yep,
up.
they lead
and
up to those big ones.
if you're going in with, I'm going to provide value to you.
Yep.
They're going to see that, right? Instead of like, you want to sell your house
Instead
today?
of people saying trying to claim value, and that's what it is. Either provide value or you claim value.
Yeah. Yeah.
And most people try to claim the value. I'm the greatest. You should do business with me, opposed to what value can I provide this person?
Hmm.
Yeah, I was always the person that lead with a giving hand.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to give you so much great information that you're going to say, wow, if I hire Jeff, like, wow, like he's giving me this stuff now, and I didn't even agree to do business with him yet.
Right.
So when I do business with him, imagine what service he's going to provide. Imagine what help he's going to provide.
Yeah. I love that.
So.
Hopefully that answered your question, Johnny. So if you today, like let's just say today, you had to be a real estate agent for a week.
Again,
What was the first? Yeah. What would be the first thing that you would do?
I would let every single person I know
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm doing.
Mhm.
And I would not let them forget.
Okay. How would you not let them forget?
Every single time I get off the phone with anyone,
Okay.
it'd be as simple as, I love this line. Hey, Billy, remember you always have a friend in real estate.
Oh.
Just like people always afraid to ask their friends, ask whoever
Yeah.
for business.
Yeah.
But who doesn't want a friend in any business?
Right.
Like if I'm buying jewelry, I want a friend in the business. If I'm buying a car, I want a friend in the business.
Yeah.
So why not? And you can do this with any client, any customer, your sphere, is just have that conversation. And people say, well, how do I turn into real estate? That's how you turn into real estate.
It will.
Hey, always remember you have a friend in the real estate
Yeah.
business. Oh yeah, Jeff, thanks. And you just Jeff, thanks you. I tell people about you all the
Yeah.
time. Really? Who do you know I can help now?
Right.
Because they just kind of walk themselves into a corner saying, I tell people about you all the time.
Yeah.
So now, oh yeah, no, Bob at work. And then you have the conversation that way.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was gonna start, it would be in the area where I live or did business in, it would be telling every single person what I do, not letting them forget, letting them know how I can help them or anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was brand new to an area, it would be door knocking and cold calling. Because I think that's the only
Yeah.
things. And it would be, it's tell agents all the time, well, I don't meet new people. Where do you go to lunch?
Yeah.
Oh, eat lunch in the office. Don't.
Right. Go out.
Go to the Starbucks, go to the cafe. You single guy, single girl, where do you eat dinner? Oh, eat dinner at home. Pick 1 or 2 nights a week, go to the local bar,
Sit at the
at the
bar.
bar,
Yeah.
have a conversation.
Yeah.
Start conversations with people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really, it's, Mike Ferry said this to me once. Your whole entire job as a real estate is stepping in between a buyer and a seller who are ready.
I like that.
And that always stuck in my head.
Yeah.
It's just, that's your job. Your job is to step in between a buyer and seller that are ready and just have that conversation.
I like
most
that.
agents are afraid to have the conversation.
They are afraid. Yeah. Yeah. But no, I mean, I agree with you on that. Like if anytime I'm traveling and stuff, I'll just, if I'm by myself, which mainly most of the time I am, I'll just go to a bar, sit at the bar, and you always do end up having a conversation with a complete stranger.
Absolutely, especially if you're traveling by yourself. Is the only place you want to sit is at the bar. You don't want to sit at a table by yourself.
No,
you look lonely.
God, no, it's like it's boring.
It's like someone stood you up on a date. I saw Billy sitting at a bar by us at the table by himself. I'm like, why is that woman sitting? The guy didn't show up.
Poor Billy. No, there was actually an agent that I know. She's from Houston, and she did that same. She just sat at a bar. She struck up a conversation with this gentleman. Well, ended up he was like the owner or something of the hotel she was staying at. He like put her in like, I don't know, the penthouse suite or something. When she got to her room, she had like all these like, cheese and crackers and wine and all this for her. And then she's doing a deal with this gentleman here in the near future. Like hey, I want to sell this property. Can you help me out? So you just never know where a conversation can take you.
The message, it's putting yourself into those positions to have conversations.
Conversate, people.
Yep.
So what role do you think social media plays in a real estate agent's business? Like, do you think it's
huge role, but too much?
Okay.
Which is an oxymoron.
Okay.
So I think you have to be on social media to market homes. But I think if that's the only thing you do is market homes, then you shouldn't be on social media.
Yeah.
I also think that agents spend too much time on social media.
Me.
No, me too. I think they spend too much time on social media instead of having a marketing plan for social media.
Okay.
Instead of saying, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm going to do this at this time. There's no calendar of what they're going to do.
Right.
They just, I got a new listing and put it up there. I got this. I'm meeting lunch, put it up there. That's great. But it's, to me, again, social media is that look into what you're doing. I love live videos. I'm not a fan of overly produced property videos.
No, I'm not either.
To me, that's a commercial.
Yeah.
I'd much rather do a walkthrough of a property on my cell phone or on a cam than do the full-blown having there, the professional photographer.
Yeah.
I'm not
the zooming and the zoom out and the music.
And what I think a lot of too, agents don't do enough of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like
people love that.
Yeah.
They want to see behind the curtain.
That's what I think like the Instagram stories are great for.
Yeah. Oh,
to do the behind the scenes aspect of what's going on.
Yeah.
At that listing, what you actually do. Because I think a lot of people, the consumers, don't understand everything we do.
No, they don't.
And there's been a lot of TV shows, which I'll remain nameless,
TV shows
that actually
are detrimental.
I don't say detrimental, but they make a lot of people think what agents do are a lot simpler.
Yeah.
Then they saw 3 properties, they picked one.
Right.
It doesn't work that way. They see 30. We all know they probably saw 30 properties.
I worked with buyers for like 3 years before they found something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like that at all.
No. People think it is, but it's just...
But how easy would that be though? Here's your 3 choices. Pick one.
Pick one. And if you don't, go.
If you don't, you're fired.
It's like it's scripted reality.
It totally is.
It is real. Like those are real for the most part.
Yeah.
Most of them, not all of them, but most of them are real. But it's more a scripted reality than it is really reality.
Well, yeah, they only have an hour.
Yeah, they're real buyers and sellers.
Yeah,
but
to squeeze in to that time. Have you seen anything on social media that you think agents shouldn't be doing that could be hurting them, not helping them?
Yeah.
And if there's something that I'm doing,
there's a difference between you're at a bar and taking a photo of what you're drinking and posting that and just being a shot at a bar. It's a cool photo. Or you're out with your friends getting pissed ass drunk.
Yeah.
And I've seen agents like literally you'll see there'll be 15 shot glasses there.
Oh God.
And it doesn't tell the entire story. They're with 15 other people and they would just find a round of shots. But when you look at it, it's like, why is there 15 shots? Like, what's up with
Right.
this person? Like that type of stuff.
Right.
I think also the stuff on social media that a lot of agents are doing is there's some of these larger groups on Facebook and those types of things where they probably shouldn't be involved in because the stuff that's being said in those groups.
Oh, on Facebook?
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking
like you think,
about.
oh, it's in a group, no one's gonna know. Hey, screenshot.
Yeah, they do screenshot.
You know, I'm this is me. I'm no religion, no politics.
Yeah.
You'll
Nope.
never see religion
Ever.
or politics.
Ever.
Spirituality is different.
Yeah.
Spirituality absolutely is different. If you want to be spiritual,
Mm-hmm.
motivational, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
But that the religious isn't. It's the bar rules. No religion, no politics.
Yeah.
And why at bars they say no religion, no politics? Because those are the two biggest things that cause fights.
Right.
Like everybody that was posting, and I don't know if you did this, so I apologize. Everybody
didn't.
was posting
I never do.
the things of, hey, so if you want after the election, if you want to leave the country
I
now,
know,
after being
I
an agent,
saw that too,
And I'm
and I was like, oh
but
no.
do you realize that half of your consumers you just annoyed,
Yes.
and you expect them to send you business, but it's like half the people are going to be like, oh, this person's a jerk.
I saw like 20 people post.
Oh,
that
I saw
same post,
tons and tons
and I
and
was like,
tons.
oh yeah, no.
You know, and it's first of all, I say it all the time. It's nothing you post online ever goes away.
Nope.
You delete it. Someone took a screenshot.
Someone
of
has
it.
it.
It's even like, oh, I post anonymously. You post anonymously in those groups. The group admins know.
Oh,
post
yeah.
Anonymously.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize I post anonymously. They're not going to know.
Right.
Stop talking about commission online.
Oh my God.
It's just I see these things and I'm
Yeah.
like, just please, like what, like
I know.
like those types of things.
Yeah.
I look at it as if I had a client, if I was a client and I was going to do business with Jeff, and I saw this, would I still want to do business with Jeff? Like, is there something here that would make me not want to do business with Jeff?
Right.
And listen, I post business stuff, I post personal stuff, and you see me, I've broken down doing videos on there, and like literally broken down in tears doing videos.
But people love that.
But
They love
I'm showing the authentic self.
Yeah.
Like I had people that came up to me at NAR and like, hey, you don't know me, but I follow you on Instagram.
Aww.
Like you're one from the park the other day. It was 6 minutes long. I watched all 6 minutes.
That's cool.
And I'm like, it's weird to me because I don't do it for people to watch it. It's more of me doing it.
It's like a diary.
Yeah, it's a diary.
Yeah.
It's me doing it for myself.
Right.
It's my thoughts, my questions. It gets my thoughts and my questions out there. But then I realized that people were messaging me saying, thank you for doing that.
Yes.
And it became a totally different thing.
Yep.
So I looked at, like, if I was a client and I saw that, would I still want to do business with Jeff? If I saw that, would that be a reason not to do business with Jeff?
Right.
And I don't think I post anything which is a reason not to do business with Jeff.
Yeah.
But I look at some agents' posts. They post a lot of things that are not to do business with them.
Yeah. There was a bunch of agents that I saw posting, in one direction of one of the candidates.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh, it's like, please.
Like, you're going to piss off half the people out there, right? Like,
it's like, please, why? Just
It's-
stop. Like, and I think that's what it comes down to. That I think a lot of people do not treat this business like a business.
no, they don't.
They treat it like a job.
Yeah.
And there's a difference. They don't treat it like a career. They don't treat it like a business.
Yeah.
I would say you go from this being a job to like a career to truly at this point in my life, I think what I do is a calling. Like I went through that.
What was that?
I don't know what that was.
Something fell.
Something fell. I went through that process of, at one point this was a job to me.
Yeah.
But then you realize as you start doing business and realize you start treating it like a business.
Yeah.
It really becomes a business. And listen, 95%, I think of 92 and 95% of all real estate agents are independent contractors. You're a business owner.
You are.
Run it like a business.
Yeah.
And most businesses fail. She didn't say most businesses fail within the first 5 years.
They do.
Most real estate agents fail within the first 2 years. Some like 80 some odd % of real estate agents is a failure rate, meaning they're not actively out there listing or working with buyers after 2 years.
Right.
And when I used to teach like the sales qualifying classes, I used to go back to them when I would no longer see them part of the MLS and say, why you're no longer in business? And if they, I dropped out. I wasn't doing any business. And you asked them why. Oh, it was harder than I thought. Of course it was harder than they thought. Why? And it comes down to it. Ultimately, they didn't have a.
Right.
They thought they were going to talk to their friends and all their friends were going to list with them. And that was it. not realizing I have to actually put a
You
plan
actually
in
have
place
to work.
and work that plan.
Yes.
You know, I have to put a system in place at the very, like you can do. There's lots of ways you make money in this business, but you have to do something to stick with it consistently.
Yeah.
Like agents all the time say, "Oh, Jeff, I've been sending out postcards and I haven't gotten a response." Well, how many times send them out? Twice. You're not going to respond to sending out them twice. They'll tell you anywhere from 18 to 26 months of postcard advertising for you to get a response.
Yeah.
That's a long-term game.
Right.
So you're doing a business plan for this year, but next year, do you have that business? Do you have your postcard or that mailing campaign? Is that in your business plan for next year?
Yeah.
So I think next week or the week after here, we're doing business planning workshops.
Oh, nice.
We're doing last year we did it for a month. We're gonna do it for a week this year, all online, where we're gonna walk agents through their business plans.
Okay.
That's what makes an Elliman agent an Elliman agent.
That's cool.
They have business plans.
Yeah.
That's the difference. You know, a lot of times I'll sit down with, and again, if it's a broker, you can steal this too. I sit down, I do what's called GPS. Sit down with an agent looking to recruit is what's your goal? There's one of three things you need to be successful. And a lot of times you're coming over to us, you're not getting all three of these things. So you either don't have a goal, you don't have a plan, which is to pay or process to get to that goal,
right,
or you don't have the system or support that you need. So you have your goal, you know the plan, what support can I provide you to get that plan to reach that goal?
Yeah.
And that's all that is when you have a recruiting conversation with someone.
Right.
It's you don't have a goal? Let's work on your goal. That means you don't have a plan.
Yeah.
That's what it's usually an agent is missing one of the three, unless they're a total top producer and they already have that in fact. But a lot of times, the top producers still need some sort of that support. Okay, so you have your goal, you have your plan. What support can I give you? Oh, I really need more marketing support. I need more of this, and you'll get that conversation because it's one of the three. And that's even the average agent. You have a goal. You have a goal. You have a plan or a process to get to that goal. No. Okay, but what support do you need to put that in place?
Right.
Well, I don't know how to write a business plan. Okay, let's sit down and help you write a business plan.
Yeah. Well, the stuff they don't teach you.
Yeah, it's stuff they don't teach you when you get your real estate license.
Yeah. You're just kind of, woo, I'm out here now. I'm active.
And to me, that would be great. Like if you got your real estate license, the first class you had to take over before finishing was how to write a business plan.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like just even if it's a one-page simple business plan, just how to write a business plan.
I think that should be part of it.
Half the people who are going to listen to be like, oh, business plans. It's part of being in business. You are a business person.
Yeah. That's funny. Business plan, people. Now's the time to do it.
Yeah, it's usually, we tell people all the time, it's October actually. September, October is usually the time that we do it.
Yeah.
We get so backed up with stuff that a lot of the regions are doing their own business planning.
Right.
And we're just nationally, we're just going to cover for those who didn't, and we'll wind up going over a lot of their business plans.
Well, and that's kind of an important thing to think about too when you're thinking about what firm to join, right? Like, do you provide training, constant, development, business planning, that kind of stuff? Because a lot don't.
It's the same thing. People always ask, well, do you provide leads? No.
Yeah.
No. But I'll teach you how to do business so you don't need me to provide you leads.
Right.
And there's a difference there.
Yeah.
There's a difference between handing a person to fish or teaching them how to fish.
Yeah.
Teaching how to fish, you fish for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I like that.
It's just that's the way that it is. So do you hand leads? And I'll tell you this: if I ever have an agent who comes over and says, "Oh, can I ask you?" I'll get people all the time message, ask you a couple questions about Elliman thinking of moving. And they ask, "Hey, do you guys provide leads?" I say, "No." Well, why not? That's not what we do. Yeah. If you want leads, listen. There's teams that provide leads, like we have in here. We have some large teams. We have some small teams. I can recommend you for a team that may provide leads. Right. But as a company, that's not what we do. No. I'd rather teach you how to go out there and get the leads yourself, how to door knock, how to phone, whatever you want to do. We'll have it there for you. Yeah. I think way too many brokerages leave.
You're a popular guy.
It's time of day. I think way too many brokerages leave.
Do you have to be done by a certain time?
No, we can keep going. I think way too many brokerages leave it up to the agents to sink or swim. Yeah. And I don't think that's fair. Like you shouldn't hire the person if you can make them sink or swim. No. You either want help to be successful agents. Or send them someplace else.
Right. I like that. So let's switch gears a little bit. We're in New York City.
Yep.
What's your favorite touristy spot? Like if someone was coming to New York City for the first time. Times Square.
I think you have to say it. It's an experience.
It definitely is an experience.
It's one of those where it's Times Square. You have to see it.
Yeah.
Wintertime, Rockefeller Center.
Oh yeah. Rockefeller Center.
Fifth Avenue, all the shops with the their windows done up. Yeah. that depending upon the time of the year.
Mhm.
I actually like for New York City itself. I like fall, winter in New York City
Yeah.
better than spring, summer.
Right.
I do. It's just a different. There's something different in the
It's a
air.
vibe.
Yeah, it's just like people don't want to come to New York City in the summer. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why would you want to go to New York City
Yeah.
in the summer? That makes no sense to me.
Do you go to Broadway shows?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I haven't been in a while,
Okay.
but I used to.
Yeah. What's your favorite show so far you've seen?
Wicked,
Wicked is
but
so
with the
good.
original cast.
Okay.
When Adina was in it.
I don't know who I saw that was in it. It was last year.
No, you
Okay.
saw no. There
Okay.
was the one you saw. The girl couldn't hit the high note.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we've seen it.
I wouldn't
bunch
have
of
known the
times.
difference.
We actually left the last time we saw it when it wasn't Adina Menzel, I believe is her last name. When it wasn't her, we went to go see it, and we got to Defying Gravity when she sang it, and the girl couldn't hit the note. That we actually left
Oh wow.
because it was like you can't go from someone who get this outrageously high
Right.
note to that was probably the last.
Oh no.
I actually like there used to be like the smaller playhouses.
Yeah.
I actually like.
Okay.
There was the Cherry Lane Theater downtown. I don't even know if they're still around. We used to go there like once a month because they would run like shows before they actually became shows.
Oh.
So we saw like Hamlet with 4 people.
Oh wow.
And we went for a glass of wine at the bar next door first. That the glass of wine cost me more than the ticket
Oh my
to
gosh.
actually go see it. And it was small. It was like 50 people in there. It was a cool thing because you can tell they were almost like workshopping it.
Yeah.
But it was at the point that was beyond workshopping that this is probably going to be some version of the original play.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm going to go see Cabaret tomorrow night
Very cool.
at the Kit Kat Club.
Very, very cool. Very, very cool.
I'm excited about that. So, are there any non-touristy spots that you think, like a secret spot that you know of that someone should look at or see? Maybe a less well-known.
I'm
kind of putting you on the spot.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think because it's most unless it's like restaurant wise.
Mhm.
Most of the spots everybody knows about.
Okay.
Unless it's like that secret, you have to knock on the door, you have to go through the convenience store to get to the the real restaurant in the back.
Yeah.
I got no secret spots when it comes to that.
Food. What's your favorite restaurant? There's so many good restaurants here. Holy cow.
Yeah, I don't have
like one. How would you? Yeah, how would you?
I don't have one. I tell you the one place I always like. That I probably go there more often than anyone else is Ocean Prime.
Okay.
But Ocean Prime is owned, the same guy owns like 8 of them in all the major cities.
Like kind of all over the place. Yeah.
But it's not like a franchise thing. He owns them all. Food's really good. Experience is really good. They treat you really well.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's just like I like the whole. Bar hole in the wall vibe.
Same, yeah.
Like, give me some place where I can go and have a steak sitting at a bar where you would never think you would. I don't know why this is going so crazy.
You're a busy guy. You're wanted.
You would never well, it's anybody who wants me is probably watching this. So,
I feel like I'm gonna bother him while he's on the live.
No, it's fine. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, the food here, I don't think you can stop anywhere and not have good food, honestly.
No, and that's what it is. It's New York. I mean, there are some places that are overrated.
Yeah.
But it's what I love about New York more than any other place, and I've traveled all over the country. I've traveled a lot of places all over the world, is that New York, you can do as little or as much as you want to do.
Yeah.
You can walk the streets and you can just walk around and just people watch, which I love to do. Normally during lunch, I'll walk around literally for 45 minutes, just around the building, outside, around, just people watch people.
Yeah.
Because you will see some unique things in New York City that you will not see anyplace else.
That's for sure.
You really do. And it's so like, it's a great place to go because you can have steak dinner at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning if you wanted to. Yeah. And there's very few places that you can have a steak dinner at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning if you want to. New York City's one.
Definitely not Montana.
No. But you guys actually probably have better steaks.
We do have a really good steak.
When I was out there, your association, I ate elk. I think I ate elk.
Did you eat elk?
Yes.
Where'd you go?
One place you recommended.
Brew Pub?
Might have been.
Jake's. I bet it was
Jake's. I think that's what it was. Jake's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have really. I took. There was a couple of friends of mine that came down Miami and Ohio, and he could not believe the prices. He's like, "This is all it costs? Like, I don't want to order more."
Yeah, it's sticker shock in a good way.
Yeah.
It's sticker shock.
I get a bottle of wine and a New York strip for this much. What? And of course, me, I'm clueless because that's what I'm used to. Yeah, that's what I'm used to. Okay, sir. This has been bothering me, and I'm hoping that you'll answer my question today. Damn it! You know something? It is bothering me so much. This gentleman here was in a Paula Abdul video, and he will not tell me
a music video.
What
it's
video?
A very well-known music video.
It's not.
You've all decided that was a Paula Abdul video.
It's not a Paula Abdul video?
I never said yes or no. I've never said yes or no to that.
I watched every single Paula Abdul video looking for you, and I'm like, is that him?
No, I know that was the question.
Is that him? Is that him?
I know it's the question.
Why won't you tell me?
Because then J-Man's gonna know, and I haven't told him in ages.
Dang it. Okay, a hint.
Nope.
You did tell me your hair.
Straight up, I'm not telling you.
It's not straight up though.
Say that.
It's not, because I looked at. I watched that video. I'm like, I don't see.
That's the one with the catwalks in the back.
No, there's no catwalks in that one.
There's no like building with catwalks in there.
No.
Okay.
Is it the cat one with the cat in it?
2 steps forward, 2
Yeah.
steps back?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's continue these questions. It's funny because I actually
Drive me crazy.
So I'll give you a better hint because somebody will be able to do this. So I was on IMDb, and that was on it for me. That when I told J-Man, I literally walked to this desk and deleted it off IMDb just so. Because if you would have Googled it and my name, and it would have showed up.
Dang
It would
it.
have showed up, but now it's not on IMDb.
So you can't even Google it.
Nope.
You can't even Google what video was Jeffrey's cousin.
Nope. I'm gonna start putting disinformation up there and just.
But how cool is that? Okay, you don't have to tell me the video, but how did you get into the video? Like, what was it, like an audition?
No, it's weird. Somebody called me Forrest Gump because I just know people.
Yeah.
And I wanted meeting people.
Right.
So like growing up, like I knew LL Cool J from growing up.
You knew LL Cool J?
Yes.
Oh my word.
Before he was when he was just Cool James.
Cool James. That's what his name was before. Yeah, Cool James.
Did
you guys just call him Cool James?
It was, well, LL Cool J was Ladies Love Cool James. It started with his grandmother saying, "Oh, ladies love James."
Oh.
So
that's a fun fact.
Yeah, so
I never knew that.
I grew up. My brother also managed the cabaret at the original Park Meridian in New York City, when you had like all these jazz players, like what's the guy who's married to Mia Farrow? Woody
Allen.
Woody Allen had a jazz band there.
Oh.
Would come in there and just play jazz. So and I was younger, he's 15 years older than me. We used to go into like the clubs afterwards and it was like, oh, come in, because they knew who my brother was. We just want to be friends with this person, who knew that person. It was just, hey, do you want to? Sure, why not? And that's, right place, right time. It's my life. Right place.
Hey, you want to be in a video?
Right place, right time.
Did you know what the video was going to be? Like, did you know who the artist was when you said yes?
No, I just said yes.
And
then
just
found like the next day. I'm like, oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Wow. Did you dance in the video?
You will see me dancing in the video if you find out the video.
Dance in the video.
All right, next question. I have work I gotta do soon. So next question.
Okay, when do you have to leave? When do you have to be done?
I got like 15 minutes.
Okay, perfect. What's your favorite karaoke song?
Creep
by
Radiohead.
Okay, I was gonna say TLC or
one of my favorite. No,
really?
Yeah, one of my favorite songs.
So how come you don't sing it karaoke?
I don't sing. I don't have a back radio voice.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. I heard you singing.
You may have heard me singing in the background.
Yeah.
But
you heard me. So like, if I can do it, Jeffrey.
Oh yeah, I've heard you karaoke a bunch of times. So
I make anybody.
I'll give you actually some personal thing about myself. So I am an extreme introvert.
No, you're not.
I am.
Are you really?
I am an extreme introvert.
So how do you fake that?
In business, I am an extreme extrovert.
How does that work?
It's just switch it, turn on and turn off.
Okay.
Now, what people don't realize, the difference between an introvert and an extrovert really has to do how you recharge.
Okay.
When an extrovert wants to recharge, they want to be around a group of people.
Yeah.
When an introvert needs to recharge, they want to be around themselves or just a couple of close people, and that's it.
Okay.
So a lot of times when we're at those karaoke bars doing the sing along, I'm at the point that I need to recharge. That's why I'm sitting at the bar with 2 other people and having that conversation.
Okay.
Like that's not my like I was the extrovert all day long. I'm not going to be the extrovert on the stage. This is my introvert time. That I need to recharge.
That makes sense. That makes sense. But so you've never been on a karaoke?
No, I've been on karaoke before.
Okay.
I just choose not to do it anymore.
Well, why not? Dang it.
Because I don't want. Listen, when I used to karaoke, there wasn't a camera on every person's phone. I don't need that to wind up being online.
I have a funny story on that. So we did karaoke in Boston, right? And we got rented one of those private rooms, and they recorded it and they sent it to me of me. And I ran into one of the guys that were there, and he goes, "Yeah, so I rewatched the video, and it sounded a little different during the day." And I was like, "You think?"
It's a little bit different.
Just a little different. But that's not why I do it. I don't care what I sound like. I just enjoy performing. It's fun.
Well, yeah, because you do plays and the theater.
I love the microphone. Okay, one last question, because I know you're a busy guy. What is your favorite kind of music? What genre?
I listen to everything.
Yeah.
The only thing I really don't probably listen to is opera.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But I mean, I listen to rock. I listen to country. I listen to rap. You know, I'll go from listening. I don't think there's a genre that I don't listen to.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go everything from like Rob Zombie and Ozzy Osbourne to country music to rap. Like old playing, like it's just
like old school rap, or do you like the newer rap?
I like old school better than new school stuff.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'm not
like 90s hip hop. Yeah.
Some of the new stuff I like. Always a fan of Eminem. Whoever hates him, you love him or hate him. Always a fan of his.
Do you like his new song? His newer stuff?
I think when you listen to it, it's like when you actually, because he tells a story.
Yeah.
Lyrical. When you listen to the story behind it, I like it a lot better than if you just listen to him just
right.
When you he just said that way. Like I like the story behind what he does.
Yeah. Have you noticed with and it kind of occurred to me the other day. So like I grew up on Jodeci, Tevin Campbell, like all those and when they sang, it was like love songs, right? Yeah. And have you noticed today it's not like that anymore?
No, it's not.
Like what happened?
There are no
nobody likes to love anymore.
No, not on those. I mean, that's now left to like country.
Yeah.
That's what turned into love song. I'll tell you, I'm a big fan, getting to be a big fan now of Jelly Roll.
Okay.
Yeah, big fan of his.
He lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Big fan of his. I think some of the stuff he's doing is really, really good. Mm-hmm. The other guy, I can't remember his name. There's one other guy, I totally forgot his name. And now I've been listening to a new rapper. It's a little strange. The guy's name is Ren.
Oh,
Found
I've heard
him
of
online.
Mm-hmm.
He British guy, but the stories he tells are like when you go back and listen to it, like it's the stories he tells are amazing. Like you hear he tells one, like you think it's about this, when you go back and actually listen to it, like well, actually had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
He's actually had a whole entire rap song about mental illness that you wouldn't think was about that.
Right.
But it's the conversation between him and his therapist.
Oh, interesting.
It's just the stuff that he's doing. It's like edgy.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm like, it's kind of cool the way you're telling the story. Mm-hmm. So
it was funny. So we went to a comedy show in Boston, and this guy was talking about how us as our generation, right? Because I think we're close to the same age. Like
a little older.
Like how easy it is to listen to music now, right? Yep. Before you had to listen to the radio station, wait for them to play the song that you want, hit record. Like mix them up, and you had these mixtapes.
Yep.
Yeah. And now and it's funny because you kind of forget that.
And you got the radio voice guy at the very end talking.
Yes.
Like, what? Get the talk.
Yes. Stop talking. I need the whole song. But like the newer generation, they don't understand that. Like my son, he wanted for some reason he wanted a Walkman. You remember Walkmans?
Mhm.
And so he went and got tapes, and he's like, it did not last him very long. I think a
No.
week. And he's like, this is stupid. I have to sit there and forward it, and rewind it, and like try to figure it out. I'm like,
Flip it over to the other
exactly.
side.
Yeah.
Never realized
So
how good you got that. You didn't have to flip over cassette tape.
exactly. And now we just have it at our fingers, whatever we want to listen to. But okay, well, I know you got to get going. I appreciate you doing this with me today.
I appreciate you inviting
This
me.
was
It
fun.
was great to have you. in the studio.
Yeah, I know.
Very
I got to see the Douglas Elliman building, where it all happens,
Where it all happens.
where all the magic happens. So cool. Well, you guys have a great week, and we'll see you later. Watch the playback.
Watch the playback. We'll share it. Thank you.
All right. See you later. All right. We're going to end that, and then we're going to end that. And now. And it takes a while to